Hi folks, welcome back to Nordkirchen here on Farm Sim 25. We finished off on the last episode of this series where we'd actually done a couple of fertilising contracts, and we'd started by chopping some of this wood. We're going to do a bit of this wood now, get this little road through here cleared for when we're moving goods. But I do hope all is well with you and yours as you drop in today. Some interesting things to show you on here with these trees we've been knocking down. We are going to put a bit of a road edged along here on our field, and then we can still use this for like sheep and things like that, as I said in the previous episode. Some of this might be done as a time lapse, might be done as time lapse or jump cut. There's quite a bit of stuff to shift. I still haven't shifted that pallet of long planks that they don't want at this particular place, and I've left it just about in the wrong place. I can just about squeeze through there. I haven't got palafolks with me, so they'll have to wait now. Oh, that's gone. They're probably just not in quite the right place, are they? Need to come the other way around, I think. Now get the whole trailer in. Don't know why that one's not gone, because it's overhanging, isn't it? Yeah, well. But some very interesting trees to show you in a momento. Let's just get these logs off here. That went without me trying. Oh yeah, I've got to go around and push it across. Bear with. Shove it. That's it. Oh, they both went. And you, come on. That's it. Away you go. So let's go and have a look at these interesting trees. Now, I think this problem has arisen simply because I saved the game, came out and then came back in after cutting the trees down. So I cut the trees down, saved the game obviously last time after I'd done that fertilising, and then came back in. But I've tried everything, so it might be just this particular type of tree as well, but you might have encountered the problem, but you might be bound to encounter the problem. And sometimes it's better to know ahead of time. Forewarned is forearmed. But I'm going to do these by hand, so I'm going to kind of break my own rule for a moment or two to do things with super strength, which I wouldn't normally do, but whoops, I wouldn't normally try walking through trees either. Nip across the trailer. So as you can see, this thing here is hollow. There's absolutely nothing in it. Look, see? And I've tried everything I can with the chainsaw to go around it, shift it, but watch this, because this is where it gets weird. If I go and pick up, I might not need super strength. Yes, I do need super strength. If I pick it up, look, it's attached to that, but where it's attached to that, I don't know. Thankfully, because I make a copy of the save game, well, I've got back into the habit of making a copy of the save game. I forgot to do that at one stage and nearly ended up with catastrophe. But I made a copy of the save game, so when this happened, I actually chopped this bit of wood up as much as I could, every last inch of it, and I was just left with this branch with the leaves on, just still stuck in the middle of nowhere. So it looked really odd. But if you actually take these down to the sell point, or the production point, the whole lot will vanish. It's about the only way I found of getting rid of it. So again, if you're chopping these particular trees down, make sure you either slice them all up before you come out the game, or if you can't, if you find that you get a branch hanging in the middle of nowhere like that, then just take it to your spawn point and get shut of it that way. Because watch, this will all vanish now, but if I tried chopping it with a chainsaw, I tried everything, wouldn't do it. See, it all goes, thankfully. So you're not left with these things hanging in mid-air. But I'll shift the rest of them after. Get another load of logs on that I can lift by hand. Some I can't. They've given us permission to actually put like a gravel base down here. They don't want anything that's not porous. They want something that the water can still get through. So we're not spoiling the land itself. But this now should give you a better idea of where that's going to be. Sounds like there's a tractor outside my house. So yeah, there's the other one. Might need, or probably, yeah, I do need super strength for this, but look, see? Again, just floating in midair, nothing attached attached to nothing, and I tried literally chopping to the very last inch of it, and when it did, I was just left with that, turn super strength off, I was just left with that branch just stuck in the middle of nowhere. It's looked weird. So I don't think I can lift these by hand. No, I can't, but we'll get these on the trailer first, so that we then start shifting some space. All those there in that heap there, I can shift those by hand. But we're not so bad money wise. Got nearly 100k in the bank, and we've another pallet of toys to shift, so we can do that. So again, if you think there's been a gap in videos and you've not quite caught up with it, I do Norge Kirchen on a Wednesday and Thornton on a Sunday, and then when one of those comes to an end, we'll put something else in its place. I have got another 25 map that I've been looking at. I'm trying to do something creative with course play, because I'd like, not saying a lot, I'd like to do what I would call a serious contractors type of series. I know I've done contracting as it were, small scale, but it'd be good if I could find a really good map where I can really just, probably not a long series, but do a series where literally we are the contractors. We have lots of big equipment, lots of staff. Because I think last time my story was on, I forget which map it was now. Strange sounding name. But I know that we were a franchise of a contractor. We managed one of their branches, as it were. We had quite a bit of equipment, but nothing like what I would have liked. So I could have cut these small enough to actually pick up, but it just gets to the point where you like cutting slivers off the end of them just to make them light enough to carry. Rather than try and strap all that on and shift it, let's just bung a few of these on. Get the right way onto them then. We're not going that far, so we're not worried about tidiness of stacking and all that. I can go over the top. Because the thing about course plays, I know it can do a lot more than I've ever dreamt it can do. I think it was in 19 once. I actually set it up so that the tractor and trailer would empty the combine. I could get to that kind of level with it. I tend not to use it for ploughing. Doesn't seem to work too well with ploughing. Always just had little slight issues with ploughing. You can use it for baling, but you've got to, when you actually swath a field, if you're cutting it for grass and you swath it, if you've got a mower that swaths it, you can then actually copy that course onto a baler, and if it's a combine, you copy the combine's course onto the baler and it will bale it as well. So you can get it to do other things that it doesn't actually do at the moment. Like I say, I was surprised when it actually found out that it does bale collection and bale wrapping. I mean, to have those kind of jobs done for you, because it can be a bit tedious sometimes. Just be able to send somebody down with a wrapper and they'll P Daddy or somebody like that, you know, that kind of wrapper, and just get it done for you. Oh, the old ones are always the best. Link down below to Mr. Species, good Canadian YouTuber. He's a bit ahead now. I think where am I today? I think what date am I today? I think I'm the 7th of July. I think he's only just celebrated American Independence Day. Well, I'm not saying he celebrates it, but I think he's about American Independence Day. He's a bit ahead because he was building his new pooter. Shout out to Why Not Gaming. I've seen one or two of your live streams recently have dropped tonight. I have tried live streaming on YouTube, but I think our internet's just rubbish. It must be really bad because it. In my last house, I could stream and watch and all the rest of it all at once. And the stream actually had about a 1.5 second delay on it. On here, don't get anything at all. Well, let's take us this down. So yeah, not a big job, but you can see it's just going to go straight through there now. Not a dead straight road, but that's not the point of it. It's just to give us access through the back of here. Oh, this could be fun, couldn't it? Right, so let's pull that up there. I find it sometimes easier reversing dolly trailers from actually in the tractor. It's going to hit that tree. How are we outside now? Might be able to get round that way. Oh, then there's another tree. So yeah, it wasn't about making money from trees. It was with the landowner's permission, just making a cut through. Like I say, this is usually better just in cab. I usually put cruise control down to about 1 mile an hour when I'm doing that. There we go, that's round now, isn't it? Whoa, steady. Look forwards. Eyes front. And away we go. Don't know how much wood's in here now. Might be getting to filling point, mightn't we? Oh, water. Oh, yeah, but that's automatic watering. Toy shop. Yeah, oh, loads, yeah, loads, man. Put loads of it in. Absolutely loads. Sawmill. Yeah, you're still full. Still a bit of wood down there. Yeah, it's another tree to drop in that particular production. Oh, yes, so we go the other way around this time, didn't we? It's only grass, so it didn't destroy the crop, but something that will get painted out for putting in the new access road. Yes, if I come that way around, that might still not get it all, but worth a try. Oh, squeeze under there. That's it. Oh, was just one it didn't get. That's all right there. As my mate Steve used to say. That's all right there. Oh, there you go. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. So folks, just a time lapse just to get the vast majority of this done, and then we can look for a contract and make some money. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Now, I did say here comes a time lapse. The reason you didn't get a time lapse is I suddenly realised that obviously mine flitting about all over the show picking bits of wood up. In a time lapse it might have made you sick. Now, my apologies if you can pick up some background noise. They're doing some strimming or edge cutting or something outside across the road, so I can hear it, but I don't know whether the microphone's picking it up. So it's not ambience on the actual video, it's actually in real life stuff. So yeah, I got on what I could, but they're not straight logs, so it was a bit wobbly getting it all in. But we won't finish off this job. I'll get probably the rest of this done offline, collecting all the logs up. I can hear it clicking as it's still getting rid of all the bits of straps and woods and everything. Take that one off. That's it, and we'll just go run round and grab that. Oh, get off. Get off. Get off. Is it full? Nope. Don't think it's anywhere near full yet, is it? Wooden toy shop. Oh no, halfway there. So it might take all this wood yet. We can leave that gear down there, I think. Let's see what else we can do. We need to earn a bit more money. So let's see what there's. Bale wrapping. Yeah, well, we can send them to do that on their own. Cultivating. Have we got our own cultivator? That's a question, isn't it? Have we got our own cultivator? vehicles. I think we have actually. I think we got a humongous one. Yes, we have. The land store, right. So, go back. And, whoops. No, not that one, that one. Go to this and cultivating and accept that contract. Thank you, we know it started. We're going for it. There it is, just behind us. Get a little bit more money in. Now weeding, I think I said on this one, is that I tried weeding as soon as I'd actually cultivated it, well, planted it actually. And I actually, like I said, I'm doing a run on Riverbend Springs just to do all the various bits and pieces you can do on that map. Just checking where I'm going. So, up to the shop. Yeah, that's a ditch, so you don't want to drive across that. And, oh yeah, there's little bits of roads across that ditch. Yeah, we've got to go quite a way around though. I can't see any paths around there. That's a ditch. That takes me on to field 17. Don't want to be doing that. So we've got to go up to 6 and then turn. Okay, so let's take the road and then talk about weeding. Yeah, so on this map, I actually weeded the field straight after seeding. And I did exactly the same on the Riverbend Springs run I'm doing. And the weed's gone. And the weed hasn't reappeared. So if you want a quick tip about weeding, do it as soon as you've actually, with a mechanical weeder, do it straight away with a mechanical weeder, and that seems to do it. Because as soon as I planted on Riverbend Springs, it said weed needs a weeder, so that's what I did. Got one of these Landstill ones. Got it on Modbub, on by Landstill, if that's its correct name. So yeah, down here, down there. But we'll see you up at field 6 because it's a long old drive and it's it takes a bit of time. See you up there. So we did have to come up as far as field 6. There are some aprons, but they're between the fields, but they're actually full of. There's an apron down there. Nope, absolutely full of trees, so I couldn't get through without driving in somebody else's crop. Get off the rough bit of road. Hello, people. Oh yeah, we said we were going to take collectibles on here, didn't we? I haven't done any for a while. Not that we're desperate for the money. Come round the back of the pond. This then should take us straight onto this field. We stopped driving then. What did you stop driving for? Cool, this is a rough bit of road. That's where we're aiming for. It looks like it's got a crop in it to me. Sure it's the right field. Yeah, Walter cultivating. Thanks, Walter. I know your daughter, Katie, cultivating. Stuck ahead landing. I think we've done this one before with something else. Have to make a note of what I've done because otherwise it just becomes same old, same old. Right, steady. Steering assist, lines on automatically, yes please, okie dokies. Where's the lines? There they are. That's locked and loaded. And away we go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. to a third through this now. So we're cracking on nicely with it. Like I said, this is just to top up a bit of money, get a bit of money in over the winter. Because I won't do baling contracts and mowing contracts and whatnot in November. Some parts of the world, they probably do. Australia, maybe. I couldn't stand the idea of having Christmas dinner on the beach. I don't think that would suit me. Now, something I noticed when I was doing the weeding on Riverbend Springs, the weeder doesn't change the texture of the field, and there were that many, because I'd seeded it and done everything else, there were that many lines on the field with tractor tracks and all that lot. I couldn't tell where I'd been. Now, you might already know this. You probably think, yeah, we knew that already, we spotted that. But I only just spotted this. If you look to my left-hand side of the picture, the lines that I've done are very faint, whereas the ones to the right that I've yet to do are very heavy, they're bold. I'd never noticed that before. So if you're kind of not sure about where your lines have been, and you might think, oh, that's because it's a darker surface, but no, because when I was doing the weeding, literally the surface wasn't changed, so it wasn't changing it to a different colour, but I suddenly noticed the lines were lighter where I'd already been, which I thought was very clever. That'll do nicely, you know what I mean? I need all the help I can get. Trying to do what I call the keyhole turn at the end. I don't think it's as wide at this end as it is at the other with the headlands. But yeah, look at the headland lines, they're all very pale. Oh no, it's going to hit the end of the map. It's going to crash. Well, the game won't crash, but the tractor won't go anywhere. Yeah, it's not as big as a headland. How weird is that? Round you come. But folks, I think we've kept you long enough, so what I'll do is I'll get this finished off screen and I'll get most of that wood collected up from the new track we're making. You'll see the last of those being collected, then you'll see he's putting the road in and sell off those toys and take it on from there. So thanks for dropping in, do all the YouTubey stuff, and we will catch you later.